So it's time to clean your rifle. So what do? You pull out the bolt, you wipe it down, and you put it back in. Well, no, that is not the answer. If you're not taking the bolt apart and cleaning the firing pin and the spring and all the internal mechanisms, you are at big risk for possibly missing that trophy animal. I'm Louis Tuminaro, they call me the Gunfather, and welcome to the Custom Shop. Too many gun owners avoid taking their bolt apart for two reasons. One is that they're afraid that they're not going to put it back together properly. And number two, they're afraid of damaging the bolt. Well, I can tell you this, that's not going to happen. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how to clean your bolt. So what really could go wrong? I mean, if we have a dirty bolt inside, is that the gun may have like a light primer strike or something like that may happen. So when you're on a hunt of a lifetime, you do not want to take that chance. So watch this short video, okay, on how to take a Browning FN Mauser Supreme bolt apart and us put it back together. So as you guys may know, you've probably seen me before on television. Okay, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'm going to break down one of my own personal guns to show you just how this process is done. So the bolt that we're working on, okay, is a Browning Mauser Action. They call it an FN Supreme Action. Okay, it's about a 1970 Browning Olympian, and the only thing that we're going to need for this bolt is a little bit of elbow grease and a small flathead screwdriver. Okay, so here we have a Browning Olympian in a very, very rare caliber, 308 Norma Magnum. Okay, this gun was made in 1970. I'm going to remove the bolt to show you guys how. Just going to pull this little lever back and pull the bolt out. Okay, but what I do want to show you guys that is in 1970, they went from a long extractor, okay, to the FN Supreme extractor, which just is like a small Seiko extractor right here. So that is the only difference between the earlier model Browning Mauser Actions and the later ones. So we're going to take apart a later one, which means that they both get taken apart the exact same. One has an external extractor and one doesn't. This gun is super unique, super rare. We're showing you just on this particular gun because it's really, really nice to look at some nice guns. I could have took out, just a regular one. We work on a lot of high-end guns. Customers have us build new gun stocks. We know how to replicate all of this hand carving done on here. We can build these guns for you, no problem. So in the comments, if you don't mind letting us know, what is your favorite hunting rifle? What caliber do you like? What actions do you like on what guns? Let us know so that this way here, we can show you more videos on different guns. So the Browning Olympian in 1970 did not come jeweled. Okay, the earlier models with the long claw extractor, okay, the long claw was jeweled just here. So the bolt body was brushed, okay, and the extractor was jeweled just by itself. So now, I thought that it would look much, much better, okay, that instead of having just so much of a large amount of metal, okay, with just being brushed, that we would jewel this for the aesthetics to make it look nicer. So when you take this now and we put this into the gun, I mean, just look at that. I mean, the jeweling is absolutely amazing. The way that it looks. Now the jeweling, other than cosmetic, okay, it serves a purpose, okay? So we want to show you that if I take my finger and run my finger across the top of this bolt body, I can feel the highs and lows of the jeweling. So what happens is that only the high spots are going to be touching the inside of the receiver. Okay, so what happens then is that you have less contact with jeweling than you did if you didn't have jeweling on here. So in essence, when I put this bolt in, okay, it's smoother, okay, because all the points of contact between the bolt body and the receiver are now far less. So we have some different parts on this bolt, okay? We have a cocking piece, which is right here, and we have the bolt shroud. Okay, so this is how we are going to take this bolt apart. I'm going to show you. It's kind of cool. It's pretty simple, okay? It just takes a little bit of muscle in order for you to pull the cocking piece back, as I'm going to show you, because that spring has got has a lot of tension in it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, if you look over here on the corner of my bench, you're going to see that there's chunks taken out. Probably on every corner of every bench in this shop, okay, there's pieces looking like this. The reason why is because this is what we're going to do. Okay, I normally grab the cocking piece with my 2 fingers, and I am going to pull back and slide this to the left side, okay? So I'm turning it to my left, so the bolt now looks like this. So now that we have the bolt looking like this, okay, now we can unscrew the cocking piece, the firing pin, and the bolt shroud from the bolt body. So what we're going to do is we take our thumb, we're just going to turn it to the left. See, we're just going to turn it. Okay, now we have just separated. Okay, now we have just separated the bolt, okay, from these 3 parts. So now what we're going to do to separate this, okay, is I usually hold it in my hand like this, and I put my pointer finger right here, and I hold it down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this cocking piece, once we pull down, and reverse it to the other side, and then it'll come off. Okay, so I'm going to pull down, turn it to the other side, lift it up, and slowly come up. Okay? So now we have everything apart. Now what I do is I take the screwdriver, which is the only tool that we need to work on these FN Mauser bolts, okay, is to just take this small screwdriver, pop it in here, and now this bolt is 100% taken apart, except for the extractor. Extractor's good. The extractor's got good spring tension in there. Okay, so we're good with that. We don't need to take the extractor out. If not, we could if we had to, but we don't need to. But for the most part, now we can take a look and diagnose and see what we need to do for the inside of this bolt. All right, so when I look at this bolt, I see a pretty clean bolt. I see some varnishing on the firing pin, but when I look at the firing pin looks perfect. I mean, it looks really, really good. It's just got a little bit of varnishing on there, which is basically dried oil. Okay, the cocking piece looks good. It's got some dried oil on there also. For me taking and pulling this down to take the gun apart, the firing pin has got plenty of enough strength in it. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so, and there's some varnishing and some light dirt on here, so I'm going to show you how to clean this real quick. The lubricants that we use Lucas oil, and they make an amazing lubricant that we use on every type of gun in this building. We use a chemical, it's called mineral spirits. It's odorless. Okay, so what we're going to do is that it cleans real well without hurting your lungs or anything. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all the parts. I'm going to get whatever dirt is on there or dried oils off. Okay, so as you can see already, that this bolt shroud looks great already. It only takes a few minutes to do this. So this way here, when you know you're hunting, you know that your bolt's not all gummed up inside. You can see all of the varnishing coming off. Okay, I mean it dries on there pretty good. But all the oils are coming off real nicely. The threads in the bolt, we want to clean those too. So this bolt was not that dirty, and I'm basically done cleaning them. I'm just going to wipe them down. I'm going to put some lubricant on, and then we are going to reassemble the bolt. So now that this is cleaned, we're going to do a reassembly. It's only going to take us a couple of minutes, so just watch carefully. So I'm going to take a little oil. Okay. Put a couple drops in here. We're going to go back to the only tool that we need is the screwdriver. So we can just push that in and click it in. That's it. So now here we go. Now we're going to take our firing pin. Okay. We're going to put our firing pin spring over that. So we're going to take this, we're going to hold this, and we're going to push down until we see the firing pin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the firing pin, put it on, and we're going to spin it back to that left side. Okay? And basically now we have a cleaned bolt. So now when I show you, I took this one apart, okay, the long extractor, older one, this needs to be cleaned, and we can show you in another video, okay, how we're going to prep this and make this look like new again. Okay, but we're going to take the internals and show you the difference between a cleaned bolt and one that has not been cleaned in probably 20 years. Okay, so there is a huge difference. Okay, I would like to have in the back of my mind that when I'm hunting that my bolt looks like this, so I know, okay, that nothing can go wrong. So now what we're going to do over here is I'm going to put, and I use Lucas oil, okay, CLP, clean, lubricate, protect. You don't need a lot. We don't want to get this bolt gummed up by putting grease in it. So we're just going to take and put some light oil on here, on the threads. When we get here, I just go right down. Okay, and that's really all that I have to do. Okay, just some light oil on there, and that's all that you're going to need. Okay, put a little extra on if you want. All right, before we take it and screw it back in. So now we're going to take the bolt body, push it back in. It even goes together easier than it came apart. We're going to spin this until this locks. And you can hear it click, so it's all locked. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the firing pin that we pulled on the side of the workbench. I'm going to turn it back. And we have ourselves a clean bolt that we know when we go hunting with, is going to function absolutely perfect.
Nice.
So you see how easy that was, everyone? Okay, just remember, not just a hunting rifle, okay, but your revolvers. You need to disassemble your guns, okay, clean them, reassemble them properly, and you know mechanically it's not going to fail on you. So if you want to see how this is done on a revolver, click this video. If you thought that this video was helpful and interesting, if you don't mind, could you please click and subscribe to our channel? It would really help us out a lot, and we'll get to show you more details on more guns.